declared by the NLC and TUC, it's absolutely one that possesses a significant challenge and hardship for the Nigerian population. I mean, the NLC and TUC action alone will have huge effects on our economy. Not to talk of, you know, the solidarity from this NUPENG and the NUEA. It's important to analyze whether this is a viable solution to ending the hardship, essentially caused by the fuel subsidy removal. Number one is that this will have a very, I will use the word, very stressful impact on citizens. The joint strike action by these powerful, I underline the word powerful, unions will certainly disrupt the daily lives of Nigerians. Yeah. You can imagine the absence of electricity and fuel. This will certainly exacerbate the already challenging living conditions for many citizens. I mean, no business will be spared, healthcare facilities, everyday activities will be impacted. What about economic consequences? It amounts to shutting down key sectors, such as the petroleum and electricity, industry or sector, and this will have, effects on. It will have severe economic consequences.
That is correct.
Industries rely on these essential services, and any disruption can result into financial losses. Also, job insecurity. The Nigerian economy is already grappling with various challenges, security, many challenges. And so this strike action will further compound them. Again, on the other hand, government response, it will serve, as much as I will not advocate for a solidarity of this nature because of the impending impact it will have. But again, like I said, is one that you cannot effectively stop because people are hungry and angry. So if eventually they effectively join, I think it will serve a strong or send strong message to the government about the discontent among the labor force and the general population regarding the fuel subsidy removal. I think governments of this nature also need pressures like this. I want to jump on one comment you made, which is absolutely true. It appears that governments has observed, examined, evaluated Nigerians as individuals, people that are naturally docile. After 1 week of protests, they will naturally keep quiet. But I think it's high time that, like I said earlier in my introductory remark, we are not asking for the moon. We are asking for basic access to basic amenities, facilities that will aid our living, access to, just make our living comfortable. We are not asking for the moon. However, it is important to also note that while strike actions can draw attention to critical issues of this nature and maybe perhaps push for change, they, in my opinion, are still not a long-term solution to the problem of fuel subsidy removal. I've examined carefully and I've had to come up with some considerations. In my opinion, I think that the negotiation and dialogue narrative is still one that can effectively advance the frontiers of this struggle. Ultimately, lasting solutions to economic challenges, as far as I'm concerned, require negotiation, dialogue, compromise. Well, some will have a different school of thought and argue and say, well, over time, we have resorted to negotiation, we have resorted to dialogue
And it did not work.
But at the same time, too, yeah, we must also not forget that already we have a disruption of the daily living of Nigerians. So this solidarity will further compound it. And that's why I've suggested a continuous negotiation and dialogue. But again, government has to take this seriously. Strikes should ideally be a means to push for these negotiations,
last
but
resort.
not
Exactly
in themselves.
Exactly. All right.
The second thing, apart from negotiation and dialogue, I'll hand up now, is that we need to all put hands on the deck and come to that table where we develop a long-term policy solution. You see, the issue of fuel subsidy removal is complex, absolutely complex. Many nations are facing this, and there are valid arguments on both sides, the common people and government. But then a sustainable solution requires comprehensive policy planning. At one time, when I was invited to speak at your channel, I said categorically that we need sustainable solutions.
True.
That require comprehensive policy planning and implementation.
And long term.
Enough of beer parlor, roadside gutter solutions that wear the coloration of politics. We must take this seriously. The government must consider alternative measures immediately to ease burden on citizens. I love the aspect of minimum wage rewards. I love that. I love the idea of social safety net. I love the idea of free public transportation. I love the idea of diversification of the economy. So while I round up with this, while strike action by NUPENG and NUEE may draw attention to the issue of fuel subsidy removal and perhaps put pressure on government, it is not a comprehensive, I will be realistic, it is not a comprehensive solution as far as I'm concerned to the economic challenges faced by Nigerians.
Okay,
we must engage in.
Okay, while a lot of people will agree with you, a lot of people will also disagree with you. In fact, some people are even saying that is it not too late now that NLC has made up their mind that there is no going back on this industrial action? Is it not too late for government to now be initiating, okay, let's make a wider spectrum of conversations? But I dare say it's never too late. If it is going to reduce the sufferings of the average Nigerians, I dare say that even 2 hours to the strike action, proposed planned strike action by the joint organized labor will not be too late. So let us steadily move away now from the issues concerning the NLC strike and the federal government's response to something a little bit more still in the front burner also. We've been arguing this for over a week, and I go to Mr. Jide Ojo. Let us look at the incidents with the traditional rulers when Obasanjo admonished them to stand in honor of the executive governor of Oyo State, Makinde. Now, Afenifere has frowned at Obasanjo. Now, what's your take on this matter? I know you've been following the story, and you are Egbe Yoruba, just like Dr. Ajayi is also Egbe Yoruba. So let us look at it with the two eyes. Constitution or age-long traditional